I think it's time that we indulge a little bit on some new people. We've got Jeanette and we've got Donnie. We haven't met Donnie yet, but we're going to kick it off with a little bit of Jeanette action. Okay, so let's start it off.
Video, and then instead of the actual thing, because I have like two hotkeys, one for the radio and then one for my push to talk, and I kept accidentally pushing my radio.
That's funny.
And they're like, get off your fucking radio, and I was like, no, I'm not on the radio. I promise, I'm not on the radio. And then they took me from there. Then I go back to Burger Shot to get in my car, and they blew up my fucking car.
Yeah, that was funny. I watched that. That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean it's pretty funny? It sucked.
No, that was hilarious. Because listen, we all know those boys pretty damn well too, so that's the best part of it. So
hey,
it'll be interesting.
Called me an EMS. I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Pigeon's a good guy. Pigeon is a good guy.
Yeah, I think the bank was already robbed. That's why they couldn't do it. And then I was wearing the suit, and I was like, I'm gonna flex. And I didn't want to say it dropped any names because I'm a hang around. So I was like, you don't want to be messing with the people I'm hanging around. And they're like, you know what, bro? And they fucking shot me with an Uzi. And then Pigeon came back, and he's like, I'm gonna call you an EMS. And I was like, oh, thank you, Pigeon, you guardian angel.
Well,
shit.
Good morning, everybody. We've got Lonnie and Dest here. Lonnie and Dest, they play two very, very interesting characters. Lonnie, why don't you go ahead and kick it off and tell us who you play, because we haven't actually met you in the server yet.
Oh, really? Well, I play a character named Donnie Dunn. I actually just started RPing on, this is actually my first ever server. First ever. And then I got accepted in this. Yeah, first ever. Because like all my buddies were like, you got to play, you got to do whitelist, you got to do, this is the server. So I don't know, I must have summoned some weird sexual demon to get me in here. But I play a lovable idiot with a mullet that's getting into crime that is completely dense and has no idea of the surroundings. So when people are like fucking with you and like, hey, you know, putting a gun up to your head, I'm like, oh, what is this? Some sort of kink? You know what? It probably ends up
Are you trying to fuck me right now?
Yeah, they don't like that too much. They don't like that too much. So that either ends on my shoes getting robbed or some pretty good adventures. So
I can see you and Jeanette getting into some fucking SBS, and I cannot wait to see it.
I tried to hit on. Me and TV Man sang her a song, and her loins were on.
T, dude, I love T.
It was burning in her beaver, and she just had to leave because she was just a swimming pool of excitement.
Have you met Kirk Jerkums yet?
Who the fuck is Kurt? No, all these people, like, once again, I've literally maybe only had a week and a half of play. So this is like completely all new. I'm still learning. I know. You
are in for a treat. Trust me.
I cannot wait. There's still, from what I've heard, because a lot of people in RM right now are on vacation, I think, or something like that. So like I go to Dallas in a little bit. So when I get back from Dallas after 6 days, I'll meet a whole bunch of people. Yeah.
So what are you doing in Dallas, if you don't mind me asking?
It was a boys trip, actually.
Nice.
They called me up and they're like, hey, we'll do anything to get you out here. So I was like, I'm not paying a dime. So they're just like, they're flying me out there to go to Dallas.
Shit.
Basically. Yeah, and then like a month after that, I go to Berlin because I do stuff with like Rainbow Six and Ubisoft and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be in Berlin for like 5 days. Yeah.
So rumor on the streets is that you are an ex-Siege pro. Is that true?
No, not a pro.
Okay.
I do. No, I was. There was a big org that's getting big in Apex Legends now. They actually started out with. They're also in Valorant, but they started out in Siege. And I content created for a team called Dark Zero. So they actually just won ALGS for Apex Legends, and then they just won the previous major. And yeah. Back in the I got my partner and everything from Siege and everything with Rainbow Six. And I was like, man, I really want to get it. I used to put a lightning bolt on my face and act like a giant whore. But that was kind of like my thing, because back in when I was in the Navy, I used to strip. And exotic dance and stuff like that before I got fat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was great. So like that was kind of like my persona. And I was like, I really want to get into desk hosting and event hosting and casting. So I was like, all right, we parted ways, and now I am a freelance like caster on the side. And then
that's awesome,
recently
dude.
found my new addiction with RP.
Oh, and it's.
Oh yeah.
It is.
This shit is like crack. This is heroin. I should have never have done this. I should have probably worked like a factory job, because as soon as I learned about this, like I dream about this shit. It's weird.
Yeah. So the only thing that you're gonna have to worry about, and I mean, I don't know your history with video games and all. Just try not to burn out. That's all I can say. But you are in for a fucking ride.
I've been playing games since I was like 9 or whatever. I've been doing this shit for this is who needs to spend money on other crazy like cars and shit like that. You put me in my underwear, bottle of booze and some RP, and man, I can play this shit for 12 hours straight.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. I'm with you on that one. No, I'm excited. So if you don't know me, still the same OG. My name is Riley. Also, I play a character named Bubbles. Bubbles. It's literally the Trailer Park Boys character.
Fucking hysterical, dude. I saw you. I actually made a prison character a while back, and I saw you doing shit over there.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, there's no fucking way that this dude is actually with the big old fucking bow blocker glasses. And
oh yeah,
that's I made like a comment about you, fucking like, oh, your weed has to smell like kitties, or some shit like that, dude. Your character was hilarious. Yeah. I was playing a cripple in prison. Then I realized prison life is fucking boring.
Yeah. Oh,
so
a cripple.
Yeah, I was who was it? It was I can't even remember the name though, because these days literally like with RP days.
Yes, I remember.
It's literally seconds.
You know what the best part was? So you had literally like we met and then you dipped. Like I was actually planning on stabbing you with a shank.
Thanks. I love that. Hey, by the way, I liked your character. I'm gonna fucking murder you now.
No, so the whole thing was Bubbles went to prison. This whole fucking thing went down. I was supposed to go in for drug trafficking. It didn't. It was all bueno. Everything was good.
That was that day.
But whenever I got there, one of the homies was there and he had a shank. And I was doing this whole like arc beforehand. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Get Hard with Will Ferrell and all that.
Yeah, of course.
So I did the same thing. I put my hair in dreads. Fucking got a giant ass chain. And I was just acting real thug. So once I got there, I was like, okay, well now I got to take somebody down. And you were just the first person there. So I was like, all right, bet.
I was in a wheelchair, you sick fuck. My legs couldn't work. I was literally like no shit crawling around the yard trying, because I was like probably day 3 of like ever RPing, and I'm like, I'm gonna RP a guy in a wheelchair, and they're like, yeah, you probably can't get a wheelchair because it's like a class 3 weapon or some shit. So I'm literally crawling around the yard talking to DOC trying to get me a wheelchair, and it was the longest hour and a half just to get from my cell to med bay, just crawling.
Oh my fucking god, that is too good.
Yeah, and then I realized people were telling me like, yo, getting a wheelchair is really hard. You might just have to like walk around and pretend you have crutches. And I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to crawl everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh, I love that. I love that. Des plays Jeanette, guys. We've got Jeanette here as well. Jeanette, say what's up.
What's up?
Jeanette, why don't you give us a little bit of insider what's going on with Jeanette's story right now?
God, too much is going on.
I know.
I can barely keep it straight. I have the materials going on. So I just got offered a job at Pablo's Plastics, which is going to be taking over Sanny if I guess he's having like a meeting with Cerberus, and if it goes well, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume it's going to happen just because they love to do shit like that. Basically, it'll be run like Dodo almost.
Nice.
In a way, so I'm excited to see what he does with that. But I already have an in. I'm one of like 6 people that are in it. So like, if it does happen to go off and become something like Dodo, I'll be up at the top already.
It's gonna be huge.
Nice. Which I can
Big
also help
fucking
Steven
moves.
then, which is also nice because that's one of the reasons Jeanette did it, is to help Steven when he gets back. And then the K, obviously, that's like the thing of this whole week almost.
Mm-hmm.
It has been crazy. It was almost easier than I thought it was going to be, but that's kind of because she made friends with Jane so fast for like no reason. Jane was there I think it was the first time Jeanette went to prison. Jane was there, and basically Jane showed her how to leave prison, and like, Jeanette was super like thankful for her, like, thank you, I didn't know where to go, yada yada yada. And then when she went back, she saw Jane. She like looked for Jane, and then that's kind of how everything started spiraling. And that was before I knew that Jane was played by Pinky.
Actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So
I don't even know who Pinky is. Like, should I know who Pinky is?
So yeah, we're gonna give you a little bit of insider here. So, Dest plays a character named Jeanette. Jeanette is an ex-mortel. So Mortel is a gang that we actually went to war with. They stay at the Pink Cage, where the compound is. You go up a couple of streets on Hawick and go to the right, and then you see the Pink Cage. Basically, we were at war with them for like 2 or 3 weeks almost, and they were not giving up at all. Kudos to them for not giving up, but goddamn, dude, that shit lasted forever. Anyways, it didn't end on the greatest terms, but you know, it led to a lot of people upset. But that's okay. So yeah, Pinky, she was in that gang, and I'm not too sure what happened, but I guess, you know, she's not really playing on Pinky too much anymore.
Yeah, I think it's just because Jane is getting a lot of attention from everyone.
Fair enough.
Jane has like Mr. K talking to her a lot, like stuff like that. So
well, and I mean, expand your horizons, right?
Well, she also plays 13. Pinky also plays 13.
Oh, okay.
And 13's a lifer, so she like Jane knows like prison life, I guess, but also making another
Fucking
character.
boring. I don't know how
Pinky
you guys
likes
do that.
prison. Pinky
I couldn't do
likes
it.
No.
Prison RP.
No.
I couldn't do it.
I think I could do
I'm
it.
a social butterfly. I was going around and people either like, shut up, I'm cooking meth. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just go fuck myself over here.
I do the same,
And
dude,
if-
honestly. If I walk
Right.
up to somebody and I'm fucking, you know, my main rule is never say no to roleplay. Ever. You don't know.
Oh, no.
You don't know who's gonna fucking do what. And that comes back to the whole origin story of like how, because the two main people that are in the Royal Mafia that have started this shit up from the ground up is literally myself and Sidwig. So if I said no to roleplay, like, dude, it wouldn't be a thing. I literally got a phone call from Z out of nowhere saying, hey man, run this deli, and then this is where we are. It's like, you never know the opportunities that are going to be presented, so never say no to roleplay and always go along with shit.
Well, it's for real life too. Like I've always had, because like I do a lot of stuff with like business and stuff like that in my off time and stuff like that. And there's a rule of thumb, and it's always it's this one statement. It's like if someone says get in the Uber, get in the fucking Uber.
Yeah,
That's the number one rule, and that's with RP too. You'll never know where to fucking go. If someone says get in the fucking car or do something like that, you get in the car. Because like that just what I've learned about here is like there's a story arc that you have no idea what the fuck is going on, and you don't even know where you're gonna go. So if you're busy, make fucking time for that Uber.
Exactly, make time. If somebody pulls up and says, "Hey yo, get in the cab," get in the fucking cab, dude. What are you doing? If they're able to pull up to you and tell you to get in, obviously you're not doing something important.
100%. Yeah. Well, that or you'll end up in a parking lot shot and your guitar fucking stolen from you. But you know, yeah, those are the those are the chances you have to take.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, there also is things that I've noticed recently of like people playing themselves almost, and you know, it's not.
That would be called a self-insert, Jeanette.
Yeah, that whatever that means. But yeah, people like I'll like walk somewhere, you know, trying to find RP, and then it'll just be people like talking, and I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. You got to introduce yourself. You go in there and you make it into their storyline.
Oh yeah, Jeanette talks about her coochie all the time.
Oh,
She'll just walk in and start talking about her coochie.
Fucking.
Yeah,
Almost
the
like she ain't that
firehouse,
raunchy.
the
Raunchy.
burning beaver. I'm telling you, man.
Listen.
That's what you got to get. Exactly.
Bubbles is simply. Bubbles is a virgin. Of course, Bubbles isn't going to be all right with this shit. Come on.
See, I have yet to see if, like, because I do a lot of sexual innuendos, and I thought it'd be really funny for Donnie to be a virgin too, just talk a lot of shit, and, like, just get all his knowledge from Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, I totally had 2 dicks in one butthole at one time. I totally did that. But I just don't know yet, man. I don't know what I don't know what the rule is when it comes to trying to figure out, because if someone points out in RP, like, didn't you say you were a virgin? Like, oh, fuck, now I gotta talk myself out of this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfect. So with Bubbles, you know, everybody knows that Bubbles is a virgin. Anytime that there's anything,
I had no idea.
Really?
I thought you fucked. That's
No,
what I'm
Bubbles
saying.
doesn't
Like,
fuck.
You grow weed, you go to prison and shit, and you still haven't gotten your weenie wet. Like, my God, good for you. Good for you, Bubbles. Good for you.
No, Bubbles is gonna stay a virgin too. He's afraid to talk to women. He's afraid.
I am gonna create a woman character and make you have sex with me. My next story arc is I'm gonna create a female Donnie Dunn, and I'm gonna make your penis fall off because my shit can like break watermelons like a fucking head. I got you, baby. One of these days.
Hell. Okay, I got a couple of questions for both of you. I'm gonna start off with Donnie first.
Yeah.
So I mean, we already know basically, where did you get your start in RP and what got you into it? So we already know that your buddy told you, this is the hit thing. You got to get in here. But what really sparked your interest? What really wanted you to start doing this?
Yeah, well, I play D&D, and I like, I don't do that crazy shit where you dress up and hit people with like foam Q-tips and shit. I think it's LARPing or something. Don't get me wrong, it looks fucking cool. But yeah, well, I've always like hidden. I guess I don't know. Some people call me Chad, I guess, or something like that. But like, I always like loved D&D and role playing and shit like that. And when you're playing first-person shooters for 3 years and you realize how many fucking cheaters there are, and like, oh dude, it ruins it
100%.
So in my mind, I was having like a weird depressive mode, and I'm like, man, I love video games, but fuck all these like 12-year-old to like 25-year-old nerds that can't get good at FPSs, so they cheat. And I'm like, what is one game, what is one thing that I can do while I stream and play and have a good time? And that's where it came up. Like my mods were telling me like, yo, GTA RP. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I had no idea why it was so big, like on Twitch or YouTube and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll give it a try. So I tried like another server, just hopping in to kind of like figure out keybinds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I had like literally, like, I don't know if this goes for everybody else, but when you get your first real like RP, your first ever like storyline or whatever, it doesn't matter what server it is, it fucking hooks you. It hooks you like a rusty
100%.
trombone. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It's a drug, because you're like,
it truly
holy
is.
shit, I want more of that.
And you can do so much.
You can do so fucking much. So like, I'm like, you know what? First person shooters are fun. I'll do that, whatever. But like, I'm going to try to go more in this RP. And when you get into a server like this one, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is like the #1 RP server in the world. Like, everybody wants to get on Nopixel type deal. And there's a lot of other servers that are trying to create it like that, and so on and so forth.
Nothing is like Nopixel, and that's the thing.
No, exactly. I mean, there's some other ones trying to get to it, just because like, obviously okay, fun fact, I've never been on Reddit before until yesterday, pretty much. Never been on Reddit.
I never been on Reddit before I joined Nopixel either, to be completely honest with you. Reddit wasn't really my thing. It was more so, I was just Twitter, because I was a COD kid. I did a lot of trick shotting. I did a lot of
yeah.
So I was only Twitter, only YouTube, all that jazz. Not really too much, Didn't even really use Discord. It was all Skype. And then once I got into roleplay, it was like fucking Reddit. And I'm like, come on, man. I thought Reddit was for a bunch of fucking losers.
Dude, a bunch of fucking fedora wearing, katana wearing, that kind of shit. Like, don't mess with me. I have a dojo. And it's like your mother's basement with like Pringles all over the fucking place.
Exactly, right?
But no, it's good. Yeah, I just got introduced to the Royal Mafia Reddit and all that stuff with all the clips and stuff. But yeah, that's basically
that's a good way to keep up with the community.
Into it. Yeah, exactly. So like, once again, like, I started this a week and a half ago or something, going on 2 weeks almost, and it's like the only thing I want to play. Like, there's all these games coming out, and it's like, fuck that, I'm gonna log on and be a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it, man. You can't really cheat in Nopixel, you know what I'm saying? Because if you do, you get banned type deal. So this 100%. Is like, I think what's coming up with video gaming right now is that FPSs, until they start getting like anti-cheats, or any game for that matter, because like when we were kids, the only cheats that we used were like, give us fucking money on The Sims, or like whatever with GTR San Andreas or some shit right there. But
yeah,
this is the only game, or the only type of medium that you can actually play and know everybody's fair game. So
I hear you.
That's what really gets me to it. That's what really gets me hard.
I like that. So next question is, who in Nopixel would you want to RP with that you haven't already done so and create a storyline with? You know, any bigger streamers or any characters in general?
Funny thing is, I've been, obviously, like with my character and stuff like that, people have been telling me they really like my character and stuff like that, and they've been telling other people about it. Well, Sid actually is like, hey, Mr. K just put out a tweet like, who wants free money? And I was like, fuck it, Donnie's stupid, and he's, I might get shot, whatever. So I did this stint where he got me, he picked me up in his car, and he was like, I want to see how fucking crazy you are. I want to see how crazy you are. So I was like, fuck yeah. So he took me around, made me, I want to see how fucking crazy you could be, though. Jimmy, you're crazy. So I was like, cool. So I blew up Ursula's car.
Oh,
I stabbed Smoke. Yeah, that was the first challenge. So the first challenge was blow up some cars with some gasoline. And then he gave me like 10K. And then I stabbed Smokey. I was like, Smokey, I love you, baby. I'm so sorry. I fucking stabbed the shit out of Smokey. And then my last one is he put a bomb in a car as my final challenge. and I couldn't drop below like 100 miles an hour. Yet he gives me this fucking bullshit, terrible Miata that can barely bust 90. So, but he forgets to arm it, right? So we get this fucking giant crash, Mr. K and I, and we jump off, and I have clips of it, and we jump off this fucking like overpass into some like trash cans, and my car didn't blow up because he forgot to arm the bomb, but he still ended up to, yeah, it was fucking hysterical. And he was like, oh yeah, we're best friends, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I actually have to take him up on it because I said if I won his challenge, we have to be twinsies for a day. Meaning either I put on a beard or he has to put on a mullet. So I got to try to hit him up in RP about that, but he's been really busy. But
of course,
I think out of everybody, I think those big streamers and why they're so big, and same thing with Sid and everybody, is their RP. And RP is so fucking good. You know,
it really
when
is.
You RP, you don't want to like you don't want to be one-sided. You don't want to basically be like, hey, say something funny to start the conversation. For people to actually make the other RP person laugh. I don't laugh at people's jokes. I'm kind of cynical about that because people suck sometimes. But
and this is why we need this motherfucker in the Mafia. I'm telling you right now.
You guys, between Sid, between Ursula, and all this stuff like that. Good. So I think any character, to answer your question, anybody that can bounce off that humor is like my fucking deal, dude. That's the erector set for me.
See, and I like that. That's kind of like the main thing that we focused around with the Royal Mafia in the first place. Is, you know, we don't want everybody playing a self-insert. We don't want everybody coming in and, you know, because it gets awkward. You know, you can't do too much with somebody if they're self-inserts because you feel like.
What do you mean by self-inserts?
So,
like forced RP?
No. So self-inserts. The best way to put it is somebody is playing a character, or they say it's a character, but in reality they're just playing themselves. So there's.
Oh fuck! I'm a self-insert. Because I'm a piece of shit degenerate idiot. Yeah, no, this is everybody that's Donnie and Lonnie. It's like pretty much the same shit because I'm just, you know, I'm a giant man child that, you know, just tries to over sexualize shit. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So the main thing is self-inserts. They can't. The best way to put it is people cannot separate the role play from real life. So they think that if I came up to you and said, Donnie, you're kind of a fucking bitch, then they would honestly take it as. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're calling me a bitch? You're calling me a bitch right now? And then they take it. They take it. They get upset. OOC. And it's like, okay, you know, that's when things get a little awkward, you know? So
I've had that already. And it's been let's just say I've talked to some admins already about the RP, about people complaining that I can't go into it because obviously the rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's just say you have to be very careful about certain characters that I've learned,
Yes.
which I thought everybody here was. Because nobody wants to take this shit seriously. Like, this is a video game, right? This is Grand Theft Auto. You kill hookers, you pull out your dick, and you go eat a burger. Like, that's what you do. That's it. But if you try to do that, and especially, obviously, there's some, you know, enforcement, like some police enforcement, they want to, you know, RP police enforcement type deal.
Yeah.
And they just don't go along with that, which can run to some issues. So I guess my biggest thing is trying to find the right people to RP with, because not everybody thinks this is a video game.
No,
you know?
and there's good ways that you can kind of work around that, right? So if you sense, you know, you're doing your spiel, you know, you're being funny, you're pulling out the lines and stuff, and if somebody's not entertaining it, you know what, you can literally just go, okay, go fuck yourself, have a good day, and then you leave. So
yeah, just walk away.
You can kind of sense it sometimes. You just got to move on. It sucks, but it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that was your favorite RP scenario, which leads to my next question.
Oh yeah. No, that was one of them. But once again, like, I wasn't expecting this much shit to happen. Like, that was just one. Then Sid fucking took me racing, and then I think another one. I accidentally there's another streamer called Farmhouse. He has a character named.
Oh yes, Steve.
What the fuck is his name? Steve. Is it Steve? Yeah. So him and his like his brother or something. He kind of talks like very
Timmy.
distinctive voice. Makes you want to claw at your fucking eyeballs type deal. Well, apparently they're all vegans, and we're going up. So they put me in a car with all these vegans in them, and we're going up a fucking mountain, and they see a deer, and they're like, "Oh, what a majestic deer!" And Donnie hops out of the car and goes, "Kya!" and like punches the deer to death. And then all of them are traumatized. And I was all like, "No, I think the deer had a gun. It's affiliated with a gang. I saved you." And let's just say they don't really RP with me anymore because they're a little traumatized. That I kill wildlife with my bare hands. So
fuck yeah, dude. Okay, this is my last question for you, Donnie. I want to know, what's your favorite TV show and movie and why?
Oh fuck. Okay. God, you can't be doing this because it's like there's action movies, there's comedies.
If it comes off to the top of your head and you're like, damn, I want to binge that again. What show?
Okay, show. What We Do in the Shadows is it's a Hulu original about these. It's like The Office but with vampires, and it's so fucking dry. And it's so funny because I love British comedy and I love all that shit like that. But if you guys have not seen What We Do in the Shadows, go on Hulu. It's only like 3 or 4 seasons, and you can pretty much put that shit on like The Office and watch it all goddamn day.
Really?
So if I'm telling you, What We Do in the Shadows is fucking hysterical. There's a movie about that. And then my favorite movie, well, between that and Bob's Burgers, I fucking love Bob's Burgers. I'm a big Bob Burgers guy, and obviously Trailer Park Boys. God, see, now you got me fucking rambling off my fucking. The fact Trailer Park Boys got me hooked because Adrian never spilt his drink ever.
Yeah.
And there was a point where he got into a car crash and he still had his drink.
Yeah.
And then he they're sitting around that, like, where they're talking about it, and he accidentally spills his drink just out of everything. Like, there was car crashes, there was all this shit, and then he finally just accidentally fumbled and spilled it. And I was like, yeah, this show's fucking amazing.
So, and
you probably know what I'm talking about.
We also have a character in the Royal Mafia named J-Rock, and he's the same. So he's also from the show.
Yeah, J-Rock's fight. He's motherfucker guy, right?
Yeah. What's crack-a-lacka, motherfucker?
Everything is motherfucker. That shit slays me, man.
Hey, what you mean, motherfucker?
What you mean, motherfucker? Hey, I like you, motherfucker. Oh, I like you too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? But movie-wise, fuck. I went through a time where I was smoking a lot of weed and being a degenerate eating Taco Bell every day. But I've probably seen In the Pick of Destiny by Tenacious D.
Oh,
like
yes.
150 times.
Yes, dude. What a beautiful, beautiful movie.
Beautiful fucking movie. So if we're going by comedy, I'd say In the Pick of Destiny. And then obviously I fucking jerk off to Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. So.
Of course.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Oh, yeah. That's what I like to hear. Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to meeting you. Listen, hopefully you can get in a restart and we can get some boosting done today because that'd be fucking hilarious.
I may or may not have. It came to the point where, like, if you do not have priority, right,
you are not
getting in that. You're not getting in unless you snipe it. So
you paid for it.
I was trying to act cool, like, yeah, I got No, I paid for it for this month, so I'm gonna be on here, which sucks because RP's getting really good, and I go to Dallas for fucking 6 days, so I'm gonna be itching. It's like a heroin addiction.
I know you're gonna be itching.
You are gonna be
itching.
Dude,
it's gonna be rough.
Especially since you're newer to it. It's gonna be like a fucking. You're gonna be like a fiend, bro.
Exactly. I'm gonna be back, and we're gonna be doing some crazy shit. So as soon as we get back, guns are blazing right now. I heard Victor talking over the radio that we might have a war coming up, and I've just been itching to
love you guys.
War. I hope we don't.
I don't know.
A war with who? They're never awake at the same time we are.
I would never
That's
say
another
never.
thing I hate about war.
Never say never. That's all I'm saying right now. If something's coming up, and I'm gonna put my R6 shooting to I really hope I don't embarrass myself, because everybody's like, oh, you play R6, you know, you're pretty good at it. And then if I just fucking get shot right off the bat, I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch, I'm embarrassed.
R6 and GTA are immensely different, though.
You put a gun in my hand and I'm fucking spraying bullet, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. My semen is gonna be everywhere, dude. I can fuck through a concrete wall.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Hey, Jeanette, where'd you get your RP start? What got you into it?
GTA RP?
Yeah.
I would say my brother, honestly. He showed me XQC because so my brother would watch XQC all the time. This was
I love
like
X. His energy is just unmatchable.
Yeah, this was like a year and something ago. So he was still playing, and it was before the whitelist / publics were like two separate things.
Yeah.
And so he was watching him, and I was like, what is he doing? And he was playing Nopixel. So I started like kind of like down the rabbit hole of like, what the heck is GTA RP? Then I got on and I played a few different servers, public ones, and then 4 months ago or so, or 3 months ago now, is when I started on Nopixel. I applied and got in and started on that. Jeanette didn't become a thing until, God, I don't even know, a while ago, because my friend plays Jackie. I don't know if you guys have met her yet or not.
No, I haven't met Jackie.
In the gang. And Jackie, you know, Jackie kind of just, we were talking OOC, and I was like, what if Jackie had a sister? And then I figured out I could do the voice because they sound very similar. And, you know, the voice is kind of like the draw that Jeanette had from the start, and then she started getting all her character traits and stuff like that.
Well, hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so now that you're into roleplay, who in Nopixel would you want to RP with that you haven't done so yet, or just create a storyline with? Is there any characters or people that you've met within Nopixel that you really, really, really want to start something with?
I know I want to have an RP scene with Francis, just because it'll get raunchy and funny. And everyone in chat is always saying like, you guys need to. I told you this yesterday. You need to RP with Francis. Like, it's gonna be so funny.
I love
yada
Francis.
yada yada.
I love him.
But I
Is
think I would want to make a
Francis
story.
the mustache guy, the goat man?
Francis is Coyle, also known as the main honcho. So Francis, he's a midget.
Yeah.
Okay, different guy I'm thinking of. Yeah,
smaller
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
You know what? Funny thing with Francis is I got my prio from Francis,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember the day that I got it. It was something else. It was unreal.
You gotta say, shut up! I'm fucking GTRPing, mom.
Donnie, have you ever met Peachy, or have you seen Peachy?
Literally,
about her?
I have not. I've maybe met 2% of the server.
You went to prison though. She's a cop. You went to prison.
I went to prison, but the only people I've really talked to in prison was Bubbles when I created my prison character, and then I think there's a chick with like a robot voice. I've met her.
Jane.
Yeah, I met Jane. She doesn't like me too much. Yeah, it's either hit or miss with Donnie. You either love Donnie or you're like, man, I want to stab this motherfucker to death. Which I'll take that. But what I'm being told, I meant like 0.2% of the server.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I haven't. No, that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm just trying to put myself up in these scenarios for a lot of people. But yeah, no, I haven't met Peachy. Everybody's been telling me like between Sid and Victor, and I think Potato was saying in J-Rock that a lot of people in RM right now are not online. So as soon as I Oh, hang on. I was also just told that I should probably log out of Nopixel real quick if I'm doing a pod. Are you in right now or no?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just gonna wait till
it
restart in 5 minutes.
Oh shit, yeah. I'll just do that then too. But yeah, no, like literally everybody that like I've come in so far have been very, very good at RP. And obviously, like I'm getting those cheeks. I'm coming for you. There's gonna be a whole what I really want to do is I was looking through some things as well about what's it called? Twitch streamers, they shut down the Vanilla Unicorn, right? It's because of obviously like the strip club and everything, but I thought it would be so funny for Donnie to have like a pimping side job where he pimps out people type deal. But I want to do it with an all male cast. So all male strippers. So I want to have like dudes around with like shorty shorts and stuff like that. Eventually make it not like a gang, but like a side quip of like a bunch of prostitutes with like little tiny prostitute guns that go around, and that'll be like my side gig. But I don't know how Twitch is gonna fucking hysterical shit. I don't know how Twitch is gonna go with it, but we'll try to figure that out. But
they did
I really
one
wanted
of
to
the
open
cops set up one of those. It was like a sting, and it was like the cops were dressed up in like they have like Speedos for the guys, I guess. Like, I don't know if they're new or not. And there were two cops dressed up in Speedos, and he was trying to pimp them out to us, like me and another girl. And I was like, "What? Huh?
Hell yeah, that's the shit right there."
It was funny, but I was like, "Nah, I'm good." I just walked away.
You know what I've also been seeing
These
too,
are cops,
bro. And this, I'm gonna ask Bubbles about this too. You ever find yourself RP, like you're out in the real world, you're getting fucking groceries, right? And someone like, hey, the total will be like $5 or something like that. And you'll be like, oh yeah, no problem, thank you. And I'm like, fuck, why did I just switch to my Nopixel character? And for you sound like a fucking like a druggie that smoked like 17 packs of cigarettes. Like, oh, thanks Toots. Like, fuck, like why did I'm so fucking cringy, man. So fucking cringy.
I've done it like at work and stuff, mimicking a 50-year-old smoker, and people laugh because the voice is so like, it's so like realistic sometimes.
But sometimes the character just slips out and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why did I do this? What is becoming
I
of
noticed
me?
saying like lingo. I'll say like honey a lot now.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
Toots, baby girl, like all that stuff like that. Like, did I just call my bag boy baby girl?
yeah.
Fuck.
I
I'm
just
about to
called my waiter honey. Like what?
Thanks, honey. Like you're at an Applebee's, like, oh motherfucker, why the fuck did I do that? Who knows? You might get a good tip. But yeah, no, that's it's slowly like when you get into the RP, like it starts fucking like bleeding into your real life, and like I don't know if that's a problem or really good, but it's like I'm gonna find myself actually getting mugged, and I'll be like, no, you're OOC, I'm gonna report you. You know what I'm saying? And then you get shot in real life, and then you gotta actually go to a hospital, which might not be too fun.
Okay,
But
so
Riley, what we were talking about is, do you ever have your character act like when you RP so much? Me and Dest, sometimes our character will come out when we're like getting groceries or at a restaurant or some shit like that. Like he's been saying,
oh
like
yes,
honey to
of
people.
course,
Dude,
all the time.
how do you cope knowing that you have to get in your car thinking like, did I just try to RP in real life to this fucking chick? That's so confused, you know?
Yeah, it does actually happen to me a lot, to be honest with you. But I've been doing the Bubbles voice for so long at work in general, anyways. So then whenever I made the character, I was like, okay, well let's give it a go, see what happens. And the amount that it bleeds into both is just insane.
What caused you to create Bubbles over like just like a more original? Like obviously Bubbles is original on server, but like what to anybody out there too is like, what do you think the platform of like people accepting Bubbles as like a character? Like, oh, he's RPing from Trailer Park. Do you differentiate a lot of stuff from your character to the show, or is it basically like you just take the voice and add your own implementation of a personality into it?
Kind of both. I take a lot of traits from the show, you know, like Bubbles' stubbornness. Kind of how the whole thing with like, you know, being a virgin and all. I stick true to a decent amount of the lore as well. But I also put my own twist on it because, you know, the show isn't really a thing anymore. They haven't made any new episodes. So,
Sadness.
of course, you know, rest in peace, my boy Leahy. But
Sad.
I kind of live, it's kind of like I'm taking Bubbles' legacy and living it on in a sense. So you kind of put your own twist on it at the same time. Like, of course, Bubbles will never be a part of a mafia. Like, what? But
well, no, Bubbles potentially with how like boyish charm he is, he thinks he could be like he could be something else. I could see Bubbles doing that.
could be,
like accidentally getting into something. I was actually asked, by the way, what happened to the seeds?
Settle down. Listen, the seeds, it's all RJ. It's all RJ.
Oh, is it? Is
Yeah.
it? Because I have a lot of people talking about the seeds gone missing or something's happening
It's
with that.
all RJ. If it wasn't for RJ, if he didn't undermine Bubbles' decision.
Oh, yeah, Bubbles is mad.
Listen, if he didn't undermine Bubbles' decision about Jeanette, it never would have been a fucking problem, and she would have stayed. She would have stayed growing.
We would have had weed still, people.
Exactly. And listen, I'm not gonna release any information here, but I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay.
Story arc of maybe not having weed, or are we just gonna start pushing ketamine? You guess you're gonna have to watch to find out.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Oh, you're Canadian. No wonder you like Bubbles.
I'm actually, I've met all of the Trailer Park Boys a few times.
No shit. Really?
I'm from Prince Edward Island, and they're from Nova Scotia, which is about an 8-hour drive, and they always came over to the island to get fucked up.
Oh, you're from Rhode Island.
No, PEI.
Prince Rhode Island.
So
oh, I thought it was like Rhode Island. Okay.
No. So it's how do I explain this? Where would
I'm
it be
from
close
Michigan,
to?
so I can spit to
It's
Canada.
close-
I'm
it's
like
close
way
to
up
Maine.
north.
It's close to Maine.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, let's bring it up on the map. Let's see where we are.
You do not want to give me a geography, man. Like I've seen so many TikToks where it's like, say this, what's this on the map? And you're like, you're asking the wrong fucking dude, man.
Okay, so the closest point, I guess it's kind of close to Brazil.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Now I got to bring up a map. Hang on here.
Not really.
Brazil,
No,
huh?
it's closest to Maine.
I was
Um,
like, what?
I think we're about a
World
4.
map.
I think we're about a 4 or 5 hour drive away from the border to Maine.
Okay, I'm looking. You know, okay, that's Alaska. No, because but there's no. I was about to say you can't say Brazil unless I'm looking at this wrong. Dude, the flat map has fucked me up. Let's see here. Okay, closer to Maine. Okay, yeah. All right, I see you. I see you. So I see Ottawa, Charlottetown, Frederick, Halifax, St. John. Wait, where'd you say?
Prince Edward Island. So it's literally an
I'm looking
island.
on Maine.
It's an island on the Atlantic.
Oh, okay. So you're on. Oh, what's it like living on an island? Do you guys just all fuck each other, like get out inbred and stuff like that?
I don't live there anymore, but.
Oh, okay. So there was inbred. I knew it.
No,
Fucking knew
no,
it.
no,
I
no,
knew it.
no, no.
You ever just see kids walking around with like slag jaws and like eyes like Deliverance? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
God.
are you my daddy? Like, nah, that ain't me. Good for you getting out there. Good for you. If you're from that island, guys, I apologize. My bad.
You're gonna get canceled.
You can't. That's one thing about my character and just who I am with stream is I actually gotten on Twitch banned a few times, and then
Oh no! Yeah, you
People
can
real
real then.
well, no.
Oh.
Here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing, though. Is I get banned, and then other admins, because I used to get watched by a lot of like Twitch like people that work there, and they'd unban me, and they're like, "Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry, you're good. Don't worry about it." So I've come to terms that that's just Donnie or that's just Lonnie. You just got to deal with it. So, but yeah, I'm literally on my toes with Nopixel because you never know who's gonna get really offended by your roleplay for some reason.
Yeah.
As long as you're following TOS, you're
It's-
usually
Obviously,
Exactly.
there's TOS, right? But like,
yeah.
I might make like Donnie went around, and one of my like story arc things was like I've been hanging out around with a lot of British people, and they've been teaching me slang, but they've been teaching me the wrong slang, and I know,
Oh,
right?
fuck.
They're like, if you ever go up to a woman, call her a slag hag, and she'll fucking love it, type deal, you know? And I'm like, okay, slag hag, wonderful, yeah, I'm gonna call you a hag and a slag, and I like your bonda, you know, like that, which means like ass, which I've gotten shot a couple of times because of that, but you know. Hopefully, I don't get canceled on that one. So we're just crossing fingers there.
But I mean, that's like roleplay, which is the
You think
best
it's
part,
no,
you
you
know?
think it's roleplay. I thought it was roleplay. Trust me. And then you realize people actually get very fucking. They get upset.
yeah.
They get really upset, and it's like, all right. I mean, once again, that just rolls over into our previous conversation about learning who to roleplay with and who can, you know, for the most part, I would say probably 90% of the server's cool, but the other 10% just. They have a fucking ego, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of just like it is an ego thing, I would say.
Oh, 100%. Like there's egos in every video games, but I've been seeing here just because like I'm an older guy, you know, I'm 30, and people are just so scared to call out other people on their bullshit, and for me, I love that shit. I love confrontation. And yeah, I love getting heated. But people that literally take their lives that they're a part of this server or they're known on this server think that they're better than you, and that shit don't rock. That shit don't rock with me, baby.
See, that's how I felt whenever I first started, and then I just eventually said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Fuck it, dude. And then I just did my own thing, and it ended up falling into place.
Yep, that's what you got to do, baby.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
So, guys, this is gonna wrap it up for the day. For the podcast, we usually like to do it an hour before or an hour after Tsunami, but today we're gonna do it an hour before. We already did, and we're creeping in on that last minute. So get ready, because you guys got to get into the queue. You guys got to get into the server. Let's get this shit moving.
That is true.
And let's have
Let's
a
make
good
this
day
going,
of
dude.
role play. I appreciate you
Fuck
guys
yeah.
for coming on. Thank you. It's been fun, Jeanette and Donnie. I cannot wait to meet Donnie, and it's going to be a good time.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? Maybe Donnie can get Bubbles laid. Maybe I can get you like
Oh,
completely
Christ.
drunk on something, and then you completely regret
Drug
it.
him.
No, yeah,
Uh.
I'll drug him, and then I'll be like, oh no, you had sex before marriage. You're going to hell. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. But thanks for having me on
Absolutely.
here. I can't wait.
No, I
Can't
can't wait.
wait.
I can't wait too. So, all
Just
right.
the voices.
I will see you guys soon. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys later, okay?
All right, take it easy, Riley.
Peace, peace.